Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about dropshipping. As always, I'm your host, Paul J Lipsky. So here on this YouTube channel, we talk a lot about different ways to make money online, but mostly we talk about dropshipping onto different marketplaces like eBay and Facebook Marketplace, because quite frankly, those are the simplest ways to start an online business if you're looking to get into e-commerce. I mean, literally, all we do is list up products for sale on Facebook Marketplace that we find on like Walmart or Amazon or HomeDepot.com. Once they sell, then we buy them from the other website, and that website will ship them directly to our customers. We never have to handle or touch any inventory ourselves. So we can do this from anywhere in the world. We can do this while traveling. You could do this while being a stay-at-home parent, as a side hustle. And I have a lot of successful students inside my courses who are doing this, again, both on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. And the reason we do these marketplaces is because that is where the customers already are. You don't have to build your own website or learn marketing or learn how to run ads. We go where the customers already are to keep this as simple as possible. But this time, right here on my YouTube channel, is a chance for you and I to sit down, have a conversation about dropshipping. Mostly you guys ask me questions about dropshipping or different ways to make money online, and I do my best to answer those questions for you. So let's see who's here in the live chat. If you join us live, make sure to ask your question in the live chat, and make sure to subscribe to the channel because we are closing in on 100,000 subscribers. And as soon as we hit that point, we're going to do a massive, massive giveaway. All right, not to mention the fact that I make a lot of videos that are just full of value, lots of free information. So you might as well subscribe. Totally free to do. All right. TV Box says, "Hey, Paul, can't wait to hear your advice. Would it be worth it to start multiple shops, like 2 or 3, eBay or Facebook markets?" Okay, so usually when you start dropshipping, my general recommendation is just have one store on each website. So I suggest you have one eBay store, that's it, and one Facebook Marketplace account that you're running, and maybe one Facebook shop. So let me kind of break that down and explain that a little bit more in detail. So when you start selling on eBay, you sign up for an account. This is something I walk my students how to do, how to set up an account, how to have the right settings for dropshipping, all that stuff. But you have that account. For most people, that one account is going to be more than enough for a long time and probably forever. Even if you start adding new suppliers, you can run them all under that same eBay dropshipping store, that one store. Now, as time goes on, as your store grows, you might want to add a second eBay store, and that is allowed. eBay does allow you to have multiple eBay stores. Nothing wrong with that. The only issue there is that you then have to be running 2 stores, which, this is something I teach my students how to be able to manage that. We use software, we use virtual assistants and things like that, so it's not that bad. But the only reason you would really want to add another store is if you're using a new supplier, let's say, and you want to keep things organized, or maybe you're doing retail dropshipping in one store and you want to do wholesale dropshipping in another store, that might be another reason. But generally, even in those circumstances, try it under one store. It's just a lot easier to have just one store where everything is. And then if you feel like you need a second one as time goes on, that is more than okay. eBay does allow you to have multiple eBay stores. So the next thing we're talking about is Facebook Marketplace. So when you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, if you're not familiar with it, it is so super simple because everyone who has a Facebook account has access to Facebook Marketplace. It's kind of like Craigslist, but better because there's a ton of people there and anyone with a Facebook account can start buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And we still ship our items to our customers. So it's not like you have to meet them in person and hand the item to hand the customer the product. They buy it from you on Facebook Marketplace, and then again, you buy it from like Walmart, and Walmart will ship it directly to that customer, okay? When you're doing that, that is under your Facebook profile. So you can't like create multiple stores because then you have to create multiple Facebook accounts, and that's technically not allowed. So just run Facebook Marketplace under your individual account, and that is all you have to do, okay? There's really no need to have multiple of them. It works well just having one. Now, if you want to take things to the next level when it comes to Facebook Marketplace, that's where Facebook Shops comes in. Facebook Shops allows you to sell on Facebook Marketplace, but it allows you to do it more as a business. So you actually have to set up a Facebook page for your business and then a shop within that page. And then any products you add to that shop will be pushed to Facebook Marketplace. So you're still selling in the same place. You're still selling on Facebook Marketplace, but the difference is that you first add the product to the shop, and then the shop will automatically post it to Facebook Marketplace. Now, that sounds like extra work, but the benefit there is that by using a shop, you have greater automation. You can use virtual assistants much more effectively, and it can all be run under your business. Not to mention the fact that we've all noticed that once we start using Facebook Shops, we see more sales than we would with just straight Facebook Marketplace. So it is worth it to go the route of shops eventually. It takes some extra work. So my recommendation is if you're doing Facebook Marketplace, that's where you want to be selling, then start selling on Facebook Marketplace right away. You can get up and running within 1 day with that. As you're making sales there, continue to work on building your shop to get it approved. And then once it's approved, you can go all in with that. And with Facebook Shops, you can have multiple shops. That is something that is allowed, but I give the same advice as with eBay. There's no need for multiple shops right up front. Don't run more than one shop right up front. Run just one, and then if there's a reason to have multiple shops, then you can go ahead and do that. But in the beginning, it's totally not necessary. Don't stress yourself out more than you have to, okay? So on eBay, just have the one store. That's probably enough for everyone. Facebook Marketplace, just run your Facebook Marketplace account, the one that you have, and then start working on your shop. And then once it's approved, I would go all in with that because it is so powerful. I have a new Amazon Seller Central account. Can I use that for dropshipping? So not really. So I used to talk a lot on this channel about dropshipping onto Amazon. In other words, I was a seller on Amazon who was dropshipping. It used to be a lot easier to start that. It was very profitable. It still is profitable, but it's a lot harder to get it up and running. Amazon, they really go through a lot of review processes when you are a new seller, and it's very easy to get your account shut down. You then have to go appeal it, and you will get it back, but it's a huge pain to do that. For most new sellers, it's not the easiest place to start dropshipping, and it's not a place I would recommend as a beginner. Really, you're looking at eBay and Facebook Marketplace are the two easiest places to start selling as a beginner, especially if you're doing dropshipping. Facebook Marketplace is just so simple, and it's totally allowed there no matter how you do that. So yeah, Amazon, it still works if you're willing to put in the time. Like I have students, I'm not currently offering my Amazon dropshipping course at this time because of some of these issues and because I stopped doing it myself, but I still have students who are inside the course and are still doing Amazon dropshipping and still making great money with it, but they had to work through a lot of these challenges. So it's not something I'm offering at the moment. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay. Luckvin says, "Hey Paul, I'm new to dropshipping. I'm trying to sell the items you suggested. The other sellers have better prices than me. I add a small profit. How can I compete? I've had no sales for 20 days. All right, so there's a lot I don't know without looking at your account, but a few things here. I'm not sure what you mean by the items I suggested. Every month on this channel, I release a video where I talk about different products that you can sell that month that will do well, because their hot products for that month. So I did like what to sell in June, what to sell in July, different things like that. Now, I don't actually say specifically what items to sell in those videos. I point you in the right direction. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. You do have to do some research yourself there. But let me know if I'm misunderstanding you there. But yeah, there are more advanced techniques. This is something I just added to my eBay dropshipping course and my Facebook course as well, about more advanced things that you can do to list up products that no one else is really offering, but still have a relatively high chance of those items selling. So if you're one of my students, definitely check out those new videos. It's like step number 4 of the product research formula. It used to just be 3 steps. I added this 4th step because we started trying it and it's really, really powerful. And that's going to fix a lot of these issues. You know, a lot of people have complained about competition on eBay, how we're supposed to compete with people and prices. This is the way that you do that, because this is going to introduce new items to the marketplace, new items to eBay that no one's really selling yet. And it will create a huge opportunity for you. So if you're one of my students, definitely check that out. All right, Sabrina's here. One of my students says, "Hey Paul, I'm loving your Marketplace Titans course. I hope I'll have some success with dropshipping, so I'll be able to spend time with my daughter. Thank you for always the helpful videos." My pleasure, Sabrina. Congrats to you for getting started. I'm glad you're loving it. Yeah, stick with it. I mean, do everything I tell you to do in that course. Don't deviate from the plan. The plan is there because it works. I've taught so many students how to do this. I've coached one-on-one a lot of students how to do this. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. And I know the mistakes that people commonly make. All of that is there inside the course. So just follow it to a T and don't deviate from it, because that's the only way you can really get in trouble with it or mess up. There are an infinite number of products that can be sold. The highest margins will be using non-retail sources. That is my plan. Well said, man. And this is so true. It always kind of confuses me when people say, "Oh, there's no products left to sell," or "the market is saturated," or things like that. There are so many products to sell. Virtually an infinite number of products to sell, because in our lifetime, we would never have the time to go through every single item that Walmart offers, or that Amazon offers, or that Home Depot offers, or that all the wholesale suppliers offer. There are so many products. And if you know how to introduce new items to the marketplace, then there is virtually an infinite number of products to sell. So there's always more opportunity out there. And what you'll also find is that as time goes on, there's more and more consumers buying online. Every single year, this increases. I mean, the percentage of people who buy most of their stuff online is still relatively small, which is shocking, because we know as time goes on, that's only going to grow and grow and grow, which creates more opportunity for us as sellers. Yes, every year there's more sellers that come online, but the number of buyers that come online is far greater, and it will always far outnumber the number of sellers. So there's still a huge opportunity for us sellers online, selling products online. And yeah, using non-retail sources, there's 2 schools of thought here. You can use wholesale suppliers, or you can use retail suppliers. So retail suppliers is like you're drop shipping from Amazon, you're drop shipping from Walmart, you're drop shipping from Home Depot. Very simple to set up. You will have, you don't have to go through a lot of like rigmarole, a lot of steps to get everything up and running, but the margins aren't going to be as great as using wholesale suppliers. But wholesale, they does have the extra work of getting accounts set up with them. You do have to set up a legitimate business. Takes some extra work, but it's totally worth it, because most people aren't willing to do that work. And then you can work with these wholesale suppliers and have really low cost items, still very high quality here in the United States, and you'll have really great margins in there. So they both have their pros and cons. That's why I teach both of them inside my eBay dropshipping course. But yeah, what you said I think is exactly right. All right. Hey, what's up? Okay, what's up? Sake, I'm feeling great, man. I'm here. I'm talking about drop shipping. It is a good day. All right, Ecom Biz says, if I find a product on Zeek Analytics, is it important to further optimize the title, or is the title already optimized on eBay? Would be good title to use on Facebook Marketplace? That's a good question. And I did talk about this in one of my videos recently, but it's very easy to miss that because it was just kind of like a brief comment. So Zeek Analytics is a software that we use for product research. It's the best software I found for product research. Basically what it does is it pulls data from eBay and actually from some other sources like Amazon, and it analyzes products and tells us what items are popular, selling well on eBay right now. Now, you can do that yourself manually to a degree, but it takes time. Zeek Analytics will literally do it in a matter of a second or two. So it pulls all this information and really gives you a list of different items that you can sell. It says, hey, this item has sold 30 times in the past month. This one sold 20 times, and it's an item that's being drop shipped. And it might even tell you, hey, here we found the item on Amazon. So it's really, really powerful. Now, one of the things it does is it will show you the product that is being sold on eBay. Now, first of all, the first thing I'll say is that if the product is selling well on eBay, that means we're going to try to sell it ourselves on eBay, but it also means there's a high chance it's going to sell on Facebook Marketplace as well. So we'll actually list it up into both places, eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and we have a lot of luck with that. Now, when we're selling the item on eBay, we will always change the title because we don't want the exact same title as someone else, because that really creates a lot of competition. That's not necessary. So we will change the title. A lot of sellers, all they do when they list the item is they use the title that's given to them by Walmart, by Home Depot, by Amazon, or by the wholesale supplier. And it's usually not a great title. So that's a good reason to change the title. What you want is a title that's really rich in keywords that people are actually going to be searching for when they're looking for that product. And a lot of times the default title doesn't do that. So if the seller is doing that, that is in itself a really good reason to change up the title. But even if they did optimize the title already, we still will change the title again using our own keywords so that we're not in kind of direct competition with the other person, okay? But if we're selling on Facebook Marketplace, then if the person has already optimized the title for eBay, in other words, they've already changed it and filled it with keywords, we will use pretty much the exact same title. If I see something in there that I don't like or see something that's missing, I will make those changes. But generally, if it's doing well on eBay, then it's going to do well on Facebook Marketplace with that title, okay? So that's kind of, and you don't have to worry about the competition because it's two different marketplaces. So that is kind of a little hack that you can do. You don't have to worry so much about the title in that situation. Now, on the other hand, if the item is selling well on eBay and the seller has not changed the title, then when we list it to Facebook Marketplace, we will go through the effort of optimizing that title to get even more sales for that product. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Hope that wasn't too confusing talking about different scenarios there, but I think you guys got it. You guys are smart. So, all right. Spy says, if I can sneeze. No sneeze. Okay, good. Spy says, any idea about a supplier in the UK? I don't sell in the UK, so I don't have really a database of different suppliers to use. There are some other YouTubers who do that, so you might want to check them out. They make videos about drop shipping in the UK, so I would look at those videos. That's what I would do. I mean, you could do Amazon UK, right? If you're doing retail. Hey, from Lithuania. Haven't been there. I've always wanted to visit. I love traveling, so maybe I'll make it there one day. What do you think about drop shipping on TikTok? That's not something that we really do. I know what you're talking about though. So drop shipping on TikTok, it really is when you have a Shopify store. So if you are building your own website and you have to worry about driving traffic to that website yourself, that is what we don't do. Okay, we are drop shipping on on marketplaces. Okay, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon in the past. Those are places where there's already a ton of customers. So we as sellers, we don't have to worry about driving traffic to those websites. We don't have to worry about paying for ads. We don't have to worry about paying influencers or trying to rank videos on TikTok or Instagram. We literally find the right products, which we talked a lot about product research already. We find those right products, we optimize those titles, we do a few other things in there. And then when people go onto those marketplaces like on eBay and are searching for the product, ours comes up and they buy it from us. That is what we do, and we don't have to worry about all that marketing stuff or even building a website or buying a domain name. If you do Shopify, all that stuff's a lot harder. You have to build a website. You have to buy a domain name. You have to pick one single product and hope that it does well, because that product determines what your website looks like and what your URL is. Then you have to pay for marketing, whether that's pay for ads or pay an influencer to give you a shout out on TikTok or Instagram, or pay with your time of you building up your own TikTok account to do all that. That is a lot of work and a lot of kind of like putting your eggs in one basket, because if anything in there doesn't work right? If your website ends up not looking good, if you pick the wrong product and it's too saturated or nobody wants it, or you pay an influencer to give you a shout out, but it's the wrong market and no one who's in their audience even wants your product, it's not a good fit, then the entire system doesn't work and you wasted all this time and money for this website, for this one product that never even sells. So that is why Shopify is really, 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 really difficult for beginners. It definitely works. I have friends who make good money on Shopify, but they have experience. They did stuff like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon to start, brought that experience over to Shopify, and brought their money to invest into it over to Shopify, and were able to make it work. But I think for beginners, it is very, very difficult to do Shopify. Hey, what's up, man? Pakistan, how you doing? Kered Gilmore says, hey, Paul, please help lower my anxiety with how Facebook Marketplace shuts down accounts so randomly. We're not actually seeing this as a random thing. Do Facebook Marketplace accounts get shut down? Some of them do, but it doesn't really seem to happen to people who are doing everything they're supposed to be doing. Facebook Marketplace, if you're here in the United States, you have a Facebook account. It's not a Facebook account that you just kind of set up for Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, which is not what I recommend that you do. You're going to be fine, okay? Those accounts are the ones that are still up and running. And if you scale it up correctly, this is all things I teach my students how to do so that they don't run into any sort of problems. But really, we're not seeing this as a huge issue. Just a few people here and there who are not really running their accounts correctly, or just setting up Facebook accounts for the purposes of Facebook Marketplace, and not really, they're not even real Facebook accounts. Matthew says, hey, Paul, so I'm trying to find out. I'm doing decently well with my eBay store, about $800 profit a month. So congrats on that, Matthew. I want more. How much in detail does your course go into product research? So this is one of the most in-depth portions of my course. I think it's where a lot of the value is. I've always said that when it comes to selling products on eBay, dropshipping on eBay, or Facebook Marketplace for that matter, there's two things that you really have to master. A lot in the course is like, okay, you want to get set up with eBay dropshipping? This is how you set up your eBay store. And literally, you just follow me. I say, click here, you click there. I say, enter this here, you enter that there. There's no brain work involved in there. There's no skill needed, okay? Just follow along with me. But there are a couple of skills you have to master. And that's why I spend so much time in the course going over that, teaching different methods and lots of examples. And that's product research and title optimization. There's other important things as well, but not as, those are the two things that really make the difference between a successful dropshipper and an okay or unsuccessful one. So I spent a lot of time on product research. I actually have a full mini course in there all about how to use Zeek Analytics. I teach how to do product research without Zeek Analytics, and that method works. But really what we do is use Zeek Analytics, and that's why I have such a mini course in there, specifically how to do that. And again, I just added new lessons in there about some new things we're doing with Zeek Analytics. That's kind of like step 4, like a new step to my product research formula, which I know 4 steps doesn't sound as good to me as 3 steps, but it was such an important thing that I added it in there because I think it's really going to make a huge difference for people who actually implement the 4th step. You could actually even skip the 3rd step because of that, now that I'm thinking about it. But I wouldn't skip the 3rd step. I would do step 3 and step 4, whatever. If you watch, you'll know what I mean. But it really allows you to, like I said, introduce new products to the marketplace that other people aren't really selling yet. So I think it's definitely, that alone, I think is worth the value of the course because it's probably one of the most important things. George says, hey, Paul, I'm already dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace. It's awesome. Congrats. I want to try dropshipping on eBay. What do you think? Yeah, George, go for it. What's the harm, man? Just set up an eBay account, start listing up products, take your most popular products from Facebook Marketplace, list them onto eBay. You have the whole ordering system down. So you have that half of it down. All you have to do is introduce those same products to a new marketplace. So I would definitely go for it, George. Why not? Sake says, I can't see the use new listing tool selection on eBay. I'm not sure I follow you. You mean when you're listing at the top where you can choose a new listing tool or the old one? I'll have to take a note about that and review what exactly where'd that question go? What exactly you mean? Because I'm not 100% following where the discrepancy for you is. So I'll look at what it says in the course, and maybe you can reach out to me on Instagram at Paul J Lipsky, and we can kind of sort through what you mean because I'm not quite following you. Rich is here. What's up, Rich? Paul, you often cover dropshipping as a side hustle, but what's the best means to take things to the next level for more income? By the way, like many of your students, your course has been solid. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate that vote of confidence. So, yeah, I think if you are able to start a successful eBay dropshipping business or dropshipping business that does bring you in sort of like a side income as a side hustle, then if you want to take things to the next level, there are a few kind of things you have to get implemented first. And the biggest thing is really automation and outsourcing. So chances are you're using software already because that's what I recommend everyone does. It just makes sense to use that. But then you can hire virtual assistants. And that's what I would do if that's your plan. And I would hire a little bit earlier than you need to. Really just hire one solid rock star virtual assistant. This is a huge lesson that I learned. It took me a while to learn it. When I first started my store, my first eBay store, I was doing everything myself. I was working my 9-to-5 job. I would wake up early to do eBay dropshipping. I would do it on my break. I would do it after work. I would do it on the weekends. I had no life. I was doing stuff all the time. And I really thought that a virtual assistant would never be able to run my store like I could. And I was afraid to have them do it. Eventually, I was like, I'm capped out. I cannot do any more, and my store is growing. So I hired a virtual assistant, didn't give them as much work as I should have, but as time went on, I started to add more work. And I hired more virtual assistants over the years, but what I discovered, all of a sudden, I got lucky because before that, I had always just kind of hired, I didn't do a ton of interviewing. I would get a list of like 30 people that applied. I would just pick the first 10, interview them, and just pick the best one out of that lot. I didn't spend a ton of time on the hiring process. And that was a mistake that I didn't even know I was making because I got really lucky one day. I hired this new virtual assistant for my eBay store, and she was fantastic. And she was always asking me, what more can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? And she was actually able to do the work of about 3 other virtual assistants. And that's what I mean by a rock star virtual assistant, where they're just going above and beyond. And ever since then, I made sure that every VA I hired was like that. So I actually have a virtual assistant who helps me, interact with you guys. And she helps me answer messages on like Instagram and Facebook and, chat and things like that. And she's one of those rock star virtual assistants because she's always asking me, what more can I do? And she just goes above and beyond. So those are the kind of virtual assistants that you want. That was a little bit of a side note there. The more important thing is you need a virtual assistant because that's then going to allow you to scale up at a sustainable rate. That's the thing that I would look at doing. And then once you have that, that will really allow you to do what you're already doing. You're already seeing success, but now just do more of it, right? Do more of it to get out more of the same results. And that is what you're looking at. I've always seen surges in my businesses when the first big surge was when I figured out product research. It was like, woof, like that made a huge difference and actually like seen exponential growth since then. Then we hired virtual assistants. That was a major push. And then anytime we added a new supplier, we saw a major bump as well. So that if you figured it out up until now, Rich, and you're like at here, but you kind of plateaued, try one of the things. You probably nailed down product research. Try adding a virtual assistant if you haven't already. Try to find a rock star one, and then try adding new suppliers. But even before that, just trust your virtual assistant with more so that you can then scale up by doing more of the same things that work. All right. How to sell first 3 items on eBay, says Art Media. I actually have a video that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. I just recorded it this morning that actually talks specifically about this. I'm going to be going through how to sell your items fast on eBay, because what you're going to find is if you list your first item, a new item, and it sells fast, that really increases the chances that it's going to sell again and again and again and again and again, okay? And that's because you sell an item, eBay sees that and says, oh, people like this item. They actually buy it. They're going to rank that item higher. And then you sell it again, they'll rank it even higher. They'll sell again. You get the idea, right? So it's really important to make that first sale and make it as quickly as possible. So that's what I talk about in this video. I give you like 3 tips to really sell your items fast on eBay. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you get alerted when that video comes out, so that you can actually watch it when it does. Religious says, I got banned on eBay permanently because I was selling digital products. Can I start a new eBay account to dropship legally? Can they re-ban me? Solution, please. I don't have experience selling digital products on eBay. That's something I've never tried. I've only ever sold physical products, drop shipping on eBay. So I don't have like a lot of experience there. It's not even really your question. I just kind of threw it out there. And I wanted to kind of clarify the difference. When you're doing drop shipping, you're not selling these digital products. You're selling physical products. Can you start a new eBay account? You really can't. Because if you start a new eBay account, they will know it's you. And once they know it's you, that new account will get banned as well. You see, when an eBay account gets banned, the account doesn't get banned, you get banned. So it happens very rarely because it's kind of like a last resort for eBay. So if you start a new account, they're actually able to look at things like your IP address, your cookies, things like that. Link it with your old account. They'll know it's you and you won't be able to sell. So if you still want to sell, you should look at something called stealth accounts. They don't really work anymore, but you can check them out and see if you can find a way to make it work. Saka says, I found a really hot product to sell on eBay, but the product is supplied by Amazon. Should I still list it even though it's on Amazon? $1 million question there. Okay. Here are my current thoughts on Amazon. This is a complicated roller coaster of a journey with Amazon as a supplier. So when I first started dropshipping on eBay, I used Amazon as a supplier. They were a great supplier. And for years, they were a great supplier. But then eBay basically said, we hate Amazon. They're our main competitor. So if we catch you dropshipping Amazon to eBay, we're going to lower your listings in search results because we don't want to give Amazon any money. Okay, so that's what they did, kind of petty, but whatever. It's their marketplace. So they basically used to get penalized for dropshipping from Amazon onto eBay, by eBay. Now, over the past almost year at this point, we kind of stopped seeing them do that. We don't see them banning anyone for doing this. We've seen them not penalizing people really for doing this. So it's kind of okay at this point. But I say that with extreme hesitation because who knows if they're going to start doing that again. But on the flip side, Amazon has started to say now, hey, we don't want you dropshipping from us. So that is really the new problem. Ironically enough, now that eBay kind of lightened up there, we now have to deal with Amazon saying, hey, we don't really like you buying from us for the purpose of reselling. And basically they see that you're shipping to multiple addresses, and that's what they don't like. So you can do it, but you might run into a problem with Amazon shutting down your account. So you have to tread lightly there. But there are ways around that as well. Basically, the best way around is if you use AutoDS, full API integration, then AutoDS will auto order items from Amazon for you, and they have ways around all those issues with Amazon. So that is a solution if you want to go full API with AutoDS. Okay. Thanks, appreciate it. I don't really have experience selling in Germany, so I can't really help you out too much here, unfortunately. Okay, Steven says, what if it comes in a Walmart package? Oh, man. All right, so let's talk about this. So I've sold tens of thousands of products online, dropshipping, eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace. Less than 1% of customers have ever messaged me and said, hey, or left a review saying, hey, this item came in a box with an Amazon logo on it or a Walmart logo on it. And of those customers, we have scripts we send them, messages that basically kind of put out the fire, okay, most of the time. So the number of customers who this is an actual issue for is extremely low. Usually in those situations, we just offer a discount or a partial refund or have them return it, and the matter is settled. So this happens. This is something they complain about very, very rarely. And our kind of hypothesis there is that, they get the item. Yes, it has a Walmart logo on the box, but all they do is rip it open. They see they got their item and they're happy. And I think a lot of people know that people that sell on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, they're individual people. Okay, they're not like companies. So when individuals go and ship items to customers, what boxes do they use? Well, they don't have their own warehouse of boxes. Instead, they're going to go to Walmart and buy a bunch of boxes, or they're going to reuse Amazon boxes, or they're going to go to Home Depot and buy a bunch of boxes. So it's not that weird to see their logos on the boxes, because those are just boxes that are being reused or that were purchased in mass from these big box stores for, not because you actually bought it from them, but because you bought their boxes from them. Does that make sense? And Walmart doesn't include an invoice in the box. Home Depot doesn't include the price in the box. Amazon, you can do a gift receipt. Wholesale suppliers, the box will be totally blank and there'll be no invoice inside either. So really no issues with that either. Relax Energy said, hey, Paul, I'm in the US and I started dropshipping on eBay. No sales so far. Yeah, if you're not getting sales so far, you really got to study how to do product research and title optimization. Those are the two most important things. So learn that stuff. But you're saying, what is the global sales option for eBay? That is a global shipping program. It's very easy to use because normally when you sell to customers outside the United States, you would think that you have to package up the item, do international shipping, and ship it overseas. But with the global shipping program, all you have to do is send the item to eBay's warehouse in Kentucky, and they will repackage the item and send it overseas for you. So, it's very simple to do. You might as well try it out. Beginner's guide on Amazon listings and categories, please. Again, I don't do Amazon at this time, so I'm not going to I'm not going to answer this question, but also I'm not sure if you mean dropshipping, Facebook Marketplace. It really depends on what you're doing there. Andrew says, I got one eBay sale, none since then. Do I need to wait for the customer to confirm they got it? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like what are you asking? Are you asking you need a review before you're going to get more sales? Or I'm not quite sure what you're asking, to be honest. How do I create a shop on Facebook Marketplace? So we talked about shops before and how powerful they are, how you can sell on Facebook Marketplace through a shop, which really brings things to the next level. You get more sales, more automation. You got to set up a Facebook page for a business and then a shop for that. And before all that, you have to set up a business. Then you have to, so there's all the kind of steps you have to do. It is a lot. It's not that difficult if you kind of know what to do. Inside my course, quite honestly, there is a whole section about how to set up a Facebook shop. And I literally walk you through step by step. I say, this is how you set up the business. This is all you have to do. I know setting up a business sounds like a big deal, but I show you the simplest way to do it. Here's everything you need to do, just step by step, as simple as possible to get that shop up and running as quickly as possible. AC says, what do you teach your listing virtual assistants when you train them? The exact same thing I tell you guys. And well, really the exact same thing I tell my students inside the course. Nothing different. Okay. In fact, I have them watch those videos at this point. Well, I haven't hired a new virtual assistant for my eBay business in a long time, but that's what I had them do. Just go through and watch those videos, because that is exactly what I do. And that's exactly what they do. So the first step of that is product research. Then I'll show them how to list items, pricing, title optimization, all that stuff. Okay, Walter says, last week I asked about getting a VPN for when I'm traveling in Europe. And last week I said that's a good idea to do. So basically what I said was, normally when you're accessing your eBay account, your Facebook Marketplace account, you don't need a VPN. VPN is a virtual private network. It masks your IP address. So it looks like you are someone that your IP address is different than what it is. Now, normally you don't have to do that. But if you're traveling, it's not a bad idea to do it, because you can get a dedicated, static, private VPN, which means that your VPN your IP address might be like, let's say 1234567. Okay. That's at home. But then you go to a coffee shop and now it's 45454545. Okay. Then you go to an airport and it's 12121212. Now, these marketplaces, they know that people travel, they bring their computers somewhere else. So you won't get like banned for something like that. But if they see too many unusual things, too many red flags, that can cause an issue. And one of the things they look at is IP. So if you buy a static dedicated VPN, and maybe it'll make your IP address, 8989898989. Okay. Then when you go to a coffee shop, it'll still be 898989. When you go to overseas, it'll still be 8989. No matter where in the world you are, it'll still be 89898989. Okay. And that means that according to when the marketplace looks at it, you're totally fine. There's no one trying to hack into your account because it doesn't look like it, because you're still having the same IP address. So it's a smart thing to do. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but it can't really hurt. It's a good practice. All right. So Walter did that. He's at the airport, but he's able to log in from his computer. But what about his phone? Isn't his phone going to show a different IP? And it will. And I think if you're at home, that's generally okay. I forget how phones work. I'm pretty sure the IP address does change as you move around, but maybe someone in the comment section can clarify that for me, because I just don't remember. But I seem to remember that. Whatever service you use, they might have an app on the phone that will also allow you to use the IP address on the phone as well. But I'm not sure which one you use. I'm not sure if IP Burger has that one or not. But yeah, I would just stick to the computer otherwise. When is the Facebook Marketplace? I think you mean the course. When's the course going to become available? I just opened it up a couple of months ago. I don't have plans to open it up again this year, but I have opened it up a couple of times, like small openings. I had a few openings because some students had left for whatever reasons, or was able to take on a couple of new students. So I had to open it up to a small number of students. The only way you're going to know about that is by getting on the wait list. So down in the description of this video, there is a free Facebook Marketplace dropshipping ebook of a bunch of items that you could sell on Facebook Marketplace. Just go to that website, put in your email, you'll get the ebook, and you'll also be on the wait list for the course. So if one of those openings opens up, then you will be the first to get notified about it and the first to be able to join. Yeah, that's what you meant, course. All right. Jeffrey says, I have a problem with buyers on Facebook Marketplace. They want to come to my house and pick up the item. I tell them that it only ship, but they insist on paying with Zelle and having a brother pick it up. Are these scammers? Possibly. I don't have a ton of experience with Zelle. I thought it was pretty safe, but don't quote me on that. You just got to stick to your guns. We get these too, and we just tell them we only do shipping. We don't do local pickup. And if people insist, well, we just ignore them because all we do is shipping. So just kind of ignore those people after a while, and then you should be fine. And Sloppy Top says, make sure to turn on shipping only. Okay, so make sure to turn on shipping only. So when you list the item, there's a choice: do you want shipping, local pickup, shipping only, local pickup only, or both? Make sure it's shipping only. But even if your listing says shipping only, people will still message you and ask you this. You just remind them this is for shipping. We'll ship it directly to you at no extra cost, if there is no extra cost. Or if there is an extra cost, maybe you can offer them a discount saying, hey, I know it costs money for shipping. I'll offer you a little bit of a discount because you reached out to me, and we'll ship it right to your door. And remind them that Facebook has buyer protection built in, that if you don't get your item, they get their money back. And that you kind of have to educate people because not everyone knows about the shipping option on Facebook Marketplace and that items are actually shipped to them. I am enjoying the summer. I love the summertime. This is my jam. Winters, I don't do well when it's dark out for too long. I mean, I do love skiing and things like that. I'll get outside all year long, but sunshine just brings me so much energy. So waking up to the sun and practically going to sleep to the sun, I love it. I love the summertime. Been biking a lot. Started some other hobbies as well. So let's see. Is there any way that we can find out if a product is a Vero product on eBay without using any software? Not really. Not really. So Vero is eBay's verified rights owner program. Basically, when you're listing products onto eBay, you could pretty much list for sale anything you want, but there are some brands that, even though you're technically allowed to sell their products, their stock images and stock descriptions are copyrighted. So if you list that product with the stock image and stock description, that listing can be taken down by eBay under their Vero program. You don't want that to happen. It's not great for your account. So avoid listing Vero products. How do you avoid that? Well, if you're doing product research with Zeek Analytics, it will alert you. Say, hey, this product, it might be selling well, but it's a Vero product. You probably don't want to sell it. Then as a secondary check, when you add that product to AutoDS, which is a software we use to list products, it helps us keep track of price and stock levels, all that stuff, it will alert you as well, saying, hey, this is a Vero product. You might not want to list this one. So those are the kind of things that we look out for. Is there really a good list online? Not really. So you would have to manually check every single item against a list, and I don't really know of a good list out there that's not incorporated into a software. So yeah, I think the software, and that's just one of the values that the software brings you. Eric says, hey, Paul, should I use a wholesale supplier that usually doesn't ship UPS, USPS, or FedEx? I feel like using Track Taco frequently can cause issues, especially when chargebacks happen. So, shoot, where'd that message go? Yeah, so I would make sure that any supplier you uses a carrier that is accepted by whatever marketplace you're selling on. Now, luckily, eBay accepts a whole ton of them. Facebook Marketplace doesn't accept a lot. Facebook Shops does. But really on Facebook Marketplace, my recommendation is everyone do retail drop shipping there. I mean, it works. It's allowed. It's simple. It's largely automated. That's what you want to be doing. Okay, it works, so you might as well be doing it. So, and those wholesale and those retailers, they generally use UPS, USPS, or FedEx. So you're probably going to be fine. All right, sounds good. Okay. Yeah, it certainly sounds like they're scammers. Certainly does. Use your intuition, man, because your gut's telling you that they're scammers. It sounds weird to me, but really the bigger message here, the bigger lesson is you don't do local pickup. Okay, you only do shipping. My guess is that what's going to happen here is if you say yes to this, is that they're going to send you money on Zelle or make it look like they sent you money on Zelle. Then their brother's not going to come to pick up the item. And then somehow they're going to take more money out of your account than they put in or made it look like they put in or something like that. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with Zelle. Okay. All right, Rick Lewis says, how do you get around the cost of shipping when you don't meet a particular purchase amount, such as when there's free shipping for items over $50, but the product sold was only for $35. How do you get free shipping? Well, the answer is you don't get free shipping usually. So Walmart. Okay. Well, let's do Home Depot. Free shipping. How am I going to explain this? So I'm trying to think if I should go down this hole. Let me pull up Home Depot for you guys, show you something. So generally, what you need to know is that if an item doesn't get free shipping, then everyone else selling that product is also not going to get free shipping. So everyone's still on like a level playing field there, right? They're all going to be paying for the item plus paying for shipping, because there's just no way around that in most cases. And I say most cases because if it's close enough, I'm trying to find a good example. What's a good item that might be maybe like this? If it's close enough, there actually is a way to kind of, okay, so I'm just trying to find an item. Oh, I can't find one. Okay, so I'll just do an example off the top of my head. Let's say an item on Home Depot is $43.75. Now on Home Depot, you get free shipping on all orders over $45. Now the first thing you have to realize is that more and more items are getting free shipping even if they're under that threshold. So you're seeing this on Home Depot in particular. They're just adding free shipping to a lot of items. But this item is, what do we say, $44, let's say, and you only get free shipping if the item is $45. What you can do is add that item to the cart, plus add a really cheap item, like maybe a small box of nails or screws or something like that. That's like $1.50. So now you're just paying $1.50 to reach the free shipping threshold instead of paying $6 for shipping. You see what we did there? And that's a way to get free shipping for an item that's under $45 and without having to pay the $6 for shipping. So that's something you can try doing. My eBay buyer, they didn't give me a phone number. Walmart requires a phone number. I don't have one. What should I put in there? Anything. I mean, the chances of them calling that number are, they're probably not going to call that number. And if they do, it's probably just going to be the carrier who needs help with delivering the item, which happens rarely, but it probably is not going to happen. So you can get a US phone number with an app pretty cheaply, or you just put a random number in there. All right, let's see what else. Omar says, what about string trimmers, weed eaters, weed whackers for dropshipping? Yep. Garden tools like that do really well. It's a great time of year for that. So those are great products to sell. Let's see. All right, so we are closing in on the end of the hour. So I just want to remind you all to make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you got any sort of value out of this. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you get alerted when all my new videos come out. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, Paul J Lipsky. Sorry, Instagram, Paul J Lipsky. You can follow me on TikTok too. Just started posting there again, but same content as Instagram basically. So you can follow me wherever you want. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I do these every single Tuesday, so make sure to join me. Come early if you want your questions answered, because as you see, I did not get to most of the questions. I just didn't have time. Super chat from Erica. Thanks so much. A thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Sorry I missed that. I really, really appreciate that. Use it to buy the dogs some treats for sure. So thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you, Erica, for the super chat. Make sure to join us next Tuesday for the next live Q&A. Come early, ask your question early. It really increases the chance that I'll be able to see it and answer it for you. Thanks so much for hanging out. See you guys next week.